I'm just making a video for you to explain what Council won't tell you. The Southern Midlands Council have approved in that area there 4 concrete slabs consisting of 36 metres long by 36 metres wide, some 30-40 metres apart, and then 50 metres above that will be 2 more slabs that are 45 metres square by 45 metres. Now that is to put some Chinese statues on, but if we go around past the aerial on the front of my ute there to the right hand side of it, that bank there is to house a 28 metre high building at some time in the future when Peter Gutwin signs his name on the interim planning scheme. If I come along a little further to the trees there on the green, that is the area where I've got a quarry permit. Now, Southern Midlands Council approved my quarry, but it's the only quarry in Tasmania that I know of that doesn't have a buffer zone, and the reason for that is so that next door can build buildings on my boundary, 40 metres off my boundary, to an unacceptable height of 60 metres. Now, the media outlets won't tell you any of this. They won't publish anything for me. It's just unbelievable that I have to hide, yet this can happen. Now, I'll stop this and I'll go a bit further and show you some more. I'd just like to point out that this is in the little quarry floor. It's only a very small operation. It's been here for about 40 years, just as a little farm pit. This is what I want to make into a business. Now, if I come around and just look up, my ute's there. Now, bear in mind, over the top of my ute is going to be a 28 metre high building, looking down in upon my quarry, and with no buffer zone. Southern Midlands Council have given the neighbours the right to just shut me down. Now, I don't think this is a real fair outcome for me or anyone else. And if Peter Gutwin signs his name on the interim planning scheme for Southern Tasmania, these sorts of little quirky deals are being done throughout other municipalities. So when we go to vote, we need to ask our councillors that are standing, what do they actually support and what do they stand for? Okay, so that's the site there for the 28 metre high Great Hall. We have Campania just there, and if we go back round where the little shower's going in the far distance is Orielton, and then we come round and we have the Richmond Valley. Now this area here is also been approved in this interim planning scheme for 40 metres away from my boundary. The neighbours are allowed to build buildings up to 60 metres high, and the approval's already been given in support by the current sitting councillors, which is a little bit in your face when 60 metres is like 6 hydro poles high. Where's the privacy? It's just double standards. It needs to stop. This rot needs to be gotten rid of. Okay, what I'm pointing out here, once again, this Southern Interim Planning Scheme, just there in the picture is a private burial, and there's another one just there, 2 private burials on my next door neighbour's property under a miscellaneous use on a rural zoning. Now, it's only this distance here from my boundary, there's our boundary fence, and 140 metres just over that bank, which I'll go and show you, we have tunnel erosion, where when we have 1 or more inches of rain, the water comes out onto my property. Now, this whole area here is what's been marked on the interim planning scheme and approved by the now sitting councillors as a 2 hectare or 5 acre burial site where groundwater comes onto my property, yet the council health officer and the health department of Tasmania say, oh no, it's not a problem. Okay, so that's the bank there where the graves were I just showed you. Now, if I bring it back down the paddock quickly, here at my feet, this is one of the holes here. looks like it's been pushed in with a broom handle, but that's one of the holes the water pours out of, which I have a video of. And there's the crack where the water pours up out of the ground, and if I get back a bit further, you'll notice the yellow of the ground. That's the clay coming out of the ground, or the soil's been dissolved, and once I go above it, it's back into the black ground. Yet this is not an issue to the council, and this land here that I'm showing you now, that is what's earmarked for 5 acres of burial sites, which is pretty much half a Carnelian Bay. Okay, so that's my home, the fence just here, all the way down the Tea Tree Road, right the way down to the end of the road. That's all been approved in this interim planning scheme under the current council members who have given it support to turn all this area here into housing for the neighbours' followers in their cult. This area here, that's all going in with 4 big statues. 6 statues, sorry, on 4 big concrete slabs. And then in the skyline there, that's on the skyline there above the trees, is where the Great Hall's going at 28 metres high. And my quarry's just there with that trees in the green. And yet the grassy strip through the middle, which is above the line of my home, will have the great gates in there at 36 metres high and 110 metres wide. Now, this hydro pole right here in front of me is 10 or 11 metres high, so it's going to be up there in the blue stuff. But it's just wrong that if this gets through council, or Peter Gutman signs off, I'll have 21 buildings next door to me and up to a height of 60 metres, and it's just wrong.